What's shaking, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Erasure, and we're back with some more ABBA Erasure, which is to say we're going to go back to the ABBA-Esque EP, 1992. It's interesting, when I reacted to Take a Chance on Me, the Erasure version, I was, I think, either very early stages of the ABBA deep dive, or I hadn't even started it yet. And indeed, in the last several months, I've come to a much greater understanding and appreciation of ABBA's music. In a way, it's still on a very compressed timeline, so it's still early doors, and I'm still, filtering the songs through and re-listening to them. Some of these bands that you see back here, I know the album, and I've continued to listen to it for, 20, 30 years. So again, it's different than the people who've been listening to ABBA the whole time, but I do have a much better understanding of their music. And Voulez-Vous is a tune, an album overall, that I'm a big fan of. So now that I have this perspective on ABBA, I wanted to jump back to this EP. And again, I know some ABBA fans will likely say that, these aren't true to the magic of the ABBA originals, and, I'm not going to fight those battles. But I will say that I've been a big fan of Erasure for a long time, and I'm also very happy that a number of people mentioned to me that the ABBA-Esque EP did rekindle some interest in ABBA in the early 90s, where, by that point they had stopped performing for about a decade and maybe slid out of the pop culture radar a little bit. So not only do I enjoy Erasure, and I'm always down to hear anything by them, the idea of them covering an ABBA tune now means a lot more to me than it did when I started going through this EP, now probably, 8 months ago. I'm trying to remember when I reacted to their version of Take a Chance on Me, but in any case, let's get to it. This is Erasure's version of Voulez-Vous from the 1992 ABBA-Esque EP, though I should mention, and I don't even remember who shared this with me. There's a number of people who've shared Erasure with me. But I have not only the regular folder with the 4 tracks from the EP, but there's like a remix folder, and there's like a remix of each one of the tunes, maybe even a couple. I think there's like 5 tracks in there, so there's more to go through this, not just the proper EP, but apparently some remixes as well. But let's get to it. This is Erasure's version of Voulez-Vous from the 1992 ABBA-Esque EP. I love your Vince Clarke. It's the original, but it's Vince. I can hear VCMG on the horizon, long on the horizon. That kick drum.
I know what you think. The girl means business, so I'll offer her a drink. Feeling nice and proud. See you leave your table, pushing through the crowd. I'm really glad you came. You know the rules, you know the game. Master of the scene.
I love the sonic quality of that one. I mean, I feel like it could end, or it could drop back in. I think it's gonna end. Amazing. I mean, they're working with a really good original, but that is fantastic. I love it. I mean, I mentioned it, Vince Clarke's productions between Speak and Spell and the early Erasure I remember hearing, and then when I reconnected with them and then reconnected with Yazoo, I just, there's a number of producers that I'm massively fond of, including those I've known for longer, as well as those I've known more recently, as my voice just apparently dies. But honestly, like his productions, like not only do they make me feel nostalgic because they remind me of stuff that I heard and grew up listening to in the '80s, but I just like his intuitive sense, like the electrical quality of a lot of his productions. I just love his music, and indeed, shout out to Andy Bell as well. And again, I know a bunch of ABBA people will likely be, this is what it is, but there's nothing that beats the original, and I'll even come with you on that. But this was fantastic, and I will be playing this repeatedly for the coming days. So big shout out to Vince and Andy, big shout out to all the ABBA fans, big shout out to the Erasure fans, big shout out to the people who show up in all different places on my channel, of which there are a number of you, and I really do appreciate you. But seriously, like I feel like this is a track that they like, if you're gonna do an ABBA-Esque EP, this is one you have to do, and they did it well. So big ups to Erasure. Let me know what you think. I'll see you next time. Peace.